from the MCPLive.tv studios, located in downtown Conroe. It's the Conroe Art League, live.
Hello and welcome to Cal Live, the show that introduces to you, one by one, the many artists of the Conroe Art League and to the beautiful art that they create. My name is Conroe. I'm your host today for Cal Live, as well as the president of the Conroe Art League. And today we have, of course, one of our member artists, Judi Lanza. Hello, Judi, and welcome to the show today. This has become too routine for me to say this, but it's actually true. I know everyone from the Art League, and I know a little bit about them because of the Art League. But once it leaves the Art League, I know very little about anybody. And you're friends with a lot of people in the Art League, and I'm sure a lot of people know your background, but then a lot of people are watching, new members and so on, that don't know you. So I'm going to invite you to bring us up to speed on Judi Lanza. You start anywhere you want, from childhood on up or even later, doesn't matter. And tell us about yourself and give us some background, Judi.
Okay, thank you, Ken. I'm going to start, like you say, in my childhood, only because it kind of all connects. And
Okay.
so when I was between 8 and 10, a friend of mine, my best friend, we would write plays, and I would write and direct plays, and I would have my 2 sisters and her 2 brothers would be in the plays.
Mm-hmm.
And so to write for what I'm doing currently, to get a broad kind of scope of being in the arts, I'm in the art painting, but I'm also in the other arts too, and it'll make sense in a little bit here. But
sure.
then when I was around 10, I started taking piano lessons, and my dad was a professional singer, so when I was 14 to 20, we were on the road traveling, and while I was on the road, we were doing correspondence school, which was a lot different than it is right now, so it was not much it was harder because, you'd have to send your work in, and
Right.
they'd mark it wrong. Algebra, so I'd get the right answers, mark it wrong, but they would mark it wrong because not the way they wanted. So I thought, well, how am I going to get through high school? So I thought I should take some drawing classes. So I started taking drawing classes, correspondence, and got through high school. I was very happy. And then when I was about 20, we moved to Texas, and so my parents came and were pastoring Harvest Family Church. And so my dad has since moved to heaven, but my mom's pastoring the church, and so I still work there. I'm the youth pastor, and I play the piano, and my sisters and I, we do direct plays and stuff, so a lot of times if they will do the plays, then I get to just paint the backdrop, so I'm very happy with that.
So your father was a professional singer, and he had to perform. You had to go to different venues, different towns, and so on. So the whole family packed up
Exactly.
and traveled the road, but not part of the show or part of the show?
We were part of the show. Thank you. I forgot that part. But we were living in Nashville at the time, and my sisters and I sing too. And so we would sing with him. So we sang ourselves, plus we would back him up and sing too. So we traveled for those 6 years full time.
6 years. And was it country? Was it religious? What was it?
Yeah, he sings Christian country. In fact, we just went on vacation over Thanksgiving, and he sang at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville before the Grand Ole Opry went into the new building. I think they switched in '74. That's how long it's been. And we got to stand on the stage where he had. I have a picture of him singing there, and we got to take a picture too. So I thought that was really cool this year. So yeah, so it was Christian country mostly.
Was that lifestyle fun, or was it kind of a grind, or a little bit of both?
Sometimes it was a grind, but mostly it was fun. We got to see a lot of things, meet a lot of people, and he did a lot of television and radio work too. So like in between singing, he was a workaholic, so we were singing somewhere almost every day. But we got to do other things like that. That was really fun. And probably around 40 of the states we had been to, and then Canada, we would go there a lot.
The name of the group was?
Well, my dad was just Tom Lanza, but my sisters and I, he would call us the country sweetheart. We try to forget that.
Tom Lanza and the country sweetheart.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great story. Okay, so about 20.
Yeah.
Age 20, And then what happened at that point?
So I started taking oil painting lessons, and so and start teaching piano on the
At
side.
college or just from someone?
I tried to go to college like 3 times and take, because I'm into all the arts. I tried to take drama art and music, and my dad at that time started traveling internationally, and I was the only one able to actually be free enough to go with him. My sisters were getting married and that kind of thing. So I just couldn't finish doing college. So I thought it was more important for me to stick with him and help him, and but I kept taking lessons though. I did private lessons, and I took with Lois Blackburn some, and but then my music school got to the place where I had like 90 students a week, and it was just so much that I ended up starting a music school. So
So you had students but not a school?
right at the first.
And trying to travel even internationally at the same time?
Yeah. It was a lot.
My hat's off to you. And then at that point you said, well, I got to do this, and if I'm going to do it, I have to form a music
Yeah, because
school.
I figured, and I had the Art of Music Studio, School of Music and Arts, because we do a lot more than just music, especially in the summer. We
Would
do
you say
summer
the name
camps.
again?
It's the Art of Music Studio,
Art of
but then
Music Studio.
we also say School of Music and Arts, because like in the summer when we do camps, we have drama classes. The kids learn dramas, they learn music, they learn instruments. And then, we depending on what we're doing, because we do a lot of different things, which I'll run
So
through
when
those
you
later.
were a little girl writing your own plays,
Yeah.
now today you've got a music school and a fine arts school, I guess, or a drama school,
Yeah.
a theater group, and
Yeah.
you're back to you just continue. I say back too, but maybe you're continuing to write.
Yeah, we still do. It just whatever. Every time, different seasons of the year, just we do different things. So it's like it kind of all goes together, and
Okay.
it's a lot of fun.
And you're located in Conroe?
Yes, it's at Harvest Family Church is where we're doing the after school lessons.
Harvest Family Church.
And that's my mom is the pastor now there, and so I'm still involved in the church, but they let us use the building, so that's been a blessing. So
Okay.
yeah,
Good.
so. And then so fortunately, being able to start the school, eventually I was able to let my teachers start, take some students. So it's gotten to the place where I have a little more time to do other things. So anyway, when Juan started teaching Cantabella,
Yes.
Lois happened to be there that day, and she said, "You should start taking lessons from Juan. He's going to start teaching." And I thought, well, I haven't picked up a paintbrush in a long time, so he accepted me, which I was very happy. And I took my antique paintbrushes and my antique paint because it's been that long, and started painting. And so it's been about 3 or 4 years now, so I'm painting again.
I would say to take lessons from Juan Cantavella is quite well, but you know what? To take them from Lois Blackburn is also quite a lesson and a way to learn there, because they are both fabulous oil painters and maybe other medium as well. But okay.
Well, and I took watercolor from Lois, and then I tried out some pastels. So I wanted to try some different things, and I really have a lot to thank her for, because she's has been an encouragement to me. All these years, she's always been encouraging me.
She is that kind of
so,
person. Yes, she is.
So, yeah.
So that's the extent right now. That's what you're doing. You're not taking with Lois any longer right now, but you're taking still from Juan.
Right.
And that would be portraits? Or
Mostly portraits, but I'm trying to learn how to do. He's good at everything.
yes.
So when I first started taking, when I first came here, I was taking from a lady who is very, very encouraging. Also, her name was Lynn Rayo, and she's many years ago, and she had never taught before, so she took me. Started. I knew her family, and she said, "Sure, I'll work with Judi," and so she worked with my sisters too. But theory was not one thing I was learning. So right now, like taking a course from Lois, she taught me a lot of theory, and one, I'm trying to work on. The last painting I'm going to show today has a lot of like greenery in it, so it's like there's different things that to learn how to do scenery is just as hard sometimes as,
Yeah, because composition it's all about composition in the end, and you have to do it. So let me ask you, chicken and the egg question. You came to the Conroe Art League because of Lois, or you came to the Conroe Art League and found Lois? Was there one before the other?
Lois, I met years before that. Like back in the 90s, or maybe the 2000s, I met Lois through somebody, I don't know how. And so I was mostly taking watercolor from her, at the time. I was trying to fit in with all my busyness to take lessons at all, and I had never had the opportunity to try another medium besides oil. So, but why I came to the Conroe Art League is because also I get my music school does a lot of work with the city of Conroe, and so I'm the director of Kids Fest, which the Arts Village in Kids Fest, and so I came to make an announcement to Conroe Art League. And when I did, Lois just happened to be there, and then she said, just take lessons from one. Well, that's when I signed up that day to Conroe Art League. It was kind of scary at first to come to to a new place, and I didn't think I know anybody, but not only was Lois there, but several other people that I knew. So I was like, I felt they really made me feel special and included and very friendly, and so I thought I want to do this again. I want to get in art. So I signed up and been very excited about it, all this time. So.
And with the Conroe Art League, and how long ago has that been?
It's probably been 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. And I know within the last year, and you've taken a bigger role in the Art League because you've become our representative to the Greater Conroe Arts Alliance.
Yes.
And from that, what happened with that?
Well, I'm now the president of the Greater Conroe Arts Alliance. And it's 18 organizations, and Cal is one of them. And so when Deborah can't, come, sometimes I'll represent Cal if needed. And we have a festival that we're going to be doing in March. And so now I'm also putting on the festival. It's supposed to be once a year, but with COVID, everything's been a little bit off. So they haven't had it for a couple of years. But it is going to be March 19th. And so we're trying to expand it to make it incorporate more of Cal. And we're going to, have, we haven't announced everything, but we're going to be having a lot of different things.
And what's the official name of the? It's a festival or a fest or?
Yes, we're calling it. Originally, it was called Rising Stars and Legends of Texas, but we've changed the name a little bit. It's Greater Conroe Arts Festival.
Greater Conroe Arts Festival.
Yes.
Okay. And still Rising Stars and Legends is part of that, or?
We went ahead and kept that part of the name for now because basically coming back with it being canceled for a couple of years, we still had a lot of advertising out, and we just felt like it would be less confusing for people to keep it.
Would you be able to talk about Rising Stars and Legends, exactly what that means? I mean, when you hear it, you say, well, yeah, I know. What does it mean?
I know. It could mean a lot of different things, honestly, but it's basically, I think the thought was that people that are, in the process of becoming, like for instance, artists that are, it's not just for art though, it's all the arts. So we have drama, we have everything. Yeah. But if they're, they're building their career, or if they're already professional, either way, Rising Stars and Legends, that's what I think it's supposed to be.
So a Lois and a Juan Cantavella and some others from the Art League would be legends.
Yes, exactly.
And then some of the up-and-comers, whether they're young or older and just coming to the arts.
Right.
Maybe a Judi Lanza coming back to oil, and could be a rising star.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what it's meant to showcase, is those coming up and those that have arrived, and maybe exchanging
and really, and we really want the artists of Montgomery County, whether it be painting or whether it be drama, whatever, we want them to, we have such good talent in our community. And sometimes we feel like we have to bring people from out in, where I see it as we have so much talent here already, we need to let it out and let people know what we have and what we do.
I think you're right, because as you mentioned, 16 or 18 organizations, and that, of course, the Conroe Art League, the Symphony,
Right.
The Crichton Theater, the Owens,
CYT.
Choral Group.
Yeah, we have like, we're really blessed.
Yeah, really is right.
Yeah.
And now, is it your job to make sure that, keep all of those groups informed, as a president, keep them all informed? And if there's an idea, maybe you're the one that brings it to fruition as a president, or just to coordinate whatever the idea is, and once everything falls into place.
For the festival?
For anything involved with GCAA, anything with the GCAA.
Yeah, I mean, a lot. It's as far as the festival, I'm pretty much organizing that. But the neat thing about the Greater Conroe Arts Alliance is we'll have our meetings and everyone will be telling, like giving an announcement of what they're working on or what they're doing, so that we can all be involved and help each other too. But it's amazing how much that we're already doing. So as far as new ideas, the festival is one of the things that we can all come together and do. But a lot of times everyone is out there doing their own thing, and we're all trying to help be a part of what they're doing as much as we can. But as far as new ideas, I think the festival is one of the things that we're working on right now, that to work together more to be able to do things together.
And I'll put a plug in for the Conroe Art League, because it is March, and we have done some things with Rising Stars and Legends, but it's also in March is going to be our International Art Show, and that's going to be exhibiting in the gallery.
It will be, and we're really excited. I'm very excited that it's that same week.
Now, another one we've talked about, you mentioned it earlier, and maybe you want to go back and either reinforce or add some details about that one, is Kids Fest.
Okay.
When that is, what that's all about, where is it taking place?
Okay, it's always the last Saturday in April, and Kids Fest is the city of Conroe puts on this festival. It's really fun. It's huge. There's pretty much something for everybody. It's right downtown Conroe. The Arts Village is right. I think it's behind the. It's not on Main Street. It's on the other street of the courthouse, and so it's always in that same location. We have face paint, we have crafts, we have a big stage with it's undercover. We can just sit and just kind of relax. We have music going all the time. We've got my music school does a music petting zoo. You can come try instruments out, and so a lot of any age, we don't care. We have other stuff like balloon animal maker. It's just fun just to come and. I know I talk about it a lot. I get excited. Sorry.
Are you ready to take a look at some of your art?
Sure.
Okay. If we could bring up the first piece, and I'd like to say, if I could give you my impression first, I think outstanding piece in terms of the composition. I love that big shadow on the right, and then, of course, picking up with the cowboy and the calves, and then fading back into the background. To me, really gives that sense of, I think the technical term is that atmospheric perception, going back that way. So nice. If you'd tell us the title, the medium, and if there's inspiration or a particular story behind that. Judi.
Okay. It is an oil painting, and I did this. This is like my third painting that I ever did. It's 60 by 40. It's really big. I did it as a surprise.
60
by 40. It is huge. It took me 300 hours. It was a surprise for my dad. And when we were on the road traveling, we loved to go out west. We loved Big Bend. So I compiled some pictures and made the composition. And then I had a family friend of ours had a handlebar mustache at the time. Yeah. So I said, hey, would you be my model? So he saddled up, got on his horse. I took pictures. And I told him, I said, look, I really want to put longhorns in this. And he goes, oh, I know of a guy that has some. Meet me at such and such a place, and we'll take pictures. So I get there, we both climb the fence. He says, now I'm going to swoosh them. He says, get ready, because once I do, he says, they're going to be gone. And so I started taking pictures. That one in the front, the white one, she's pregnant. So she was really the most interesting, so I wanted to put her in front.
Oh,
so
nice.
he did. So we got across the fence. I said, man, it was so nice of your friend to let us do this. He goes, oh, I don't know the guy. He says, I just know of him. And I said, what? So we had climbed in his fence, took pictures, and
so you're cattle rustlers, are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And so my dad had always been in the horse industry. You know, he was a cowboy, blacksmith, just, you know, everything. So for him, that was really, you know, he, even though it took a long time, it was worth it.
Well, that's a wonderful tribute to him. I'm sure he was floored by it. And I guess you never heard of the saying, baby steps first. You go right from the 60 by 40.
Well, see, the thing about it is, all the art teachers I've ever had, because I have a lot of big ideas, you can tell. They never told me I couldn't do it, so I just figured that everybody did that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So anyway.
Well, good.
Yeah.
So if we want to go to the second one, and you're going to tell us about this one, but I know that's. I don't know if copy is the right word, but the inspiration was, I think it's a Monet, and I don't recall the piece. But my thing about this one is that glow from the umbrella coming back on and picking up some of the grass, and then the blue for the shadows. But sure, tell us about that one, the title and the medium, if it's different than oil. And
well, that's an oil, and I just call it Lady with the Umbrella, Monet. And basically, I just wanted to kind of just experiment with color. After 300 hours on that other painting, I just needed to change. And so this one, though, the grass, I just loved it, and I just had this doing music. It's always been hard for me sometimes to listen to music while I paint, because I separate everything in my brain from being a musician. You know, we have to listen to just the piano or whatever, and when you're listening to a whole, you know, so I decided to make endless piano CDs. And so when I did, I thought, okay, but I want to make it me. You know, what can I do? So I thought, I love the grass on this. So we took pictures. I had a friend of mine took pictures of the grass, and I thought, well, I made endless piano 1, 2, and 3. And they're 57 minutes. Endless piano. They go.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I had a guy that runs the studio here. We found a 9-foot Steinway in Houston. And we rented the building out, and so I'd say, okay, I'm ready, and he's push play, and so I'd play for 57 minutes, and so I said, okay, volume 2 now, ready? So for 3 hours I sat and played. But anyway, so this is the one that just to mix the music and the art world. This one here, if you can see it, is the original. I'm crooked, aren't I? This is the one that is actually on the painting, and the back is a different shot of it, but anyway, so I said, well, I told the guy that was doing the graphics for me, I said, now, I said, I really like that painting, but could I just keep the same one, and could we change the color? And he said, oh yeah, that's easy. So he switched the polarity. And this one is a really slow one. You can go to sleep to this one. This is on purpose, I made it slow, and I thought, well, I want it blue, because blue is so just relaxing, you know? And I said, but the third one, the first one is a medium speed. This one is faster. I said, I need this one to be spunky. And so he turned the polarity the other way. And so it's the exact same picture 3 times, but changing he was in Photoshop, and he just changed the polarity on and it made it, and the backs are, you know, the same thing.
Let's see your picture in the back.
Yeah, I've got 3 different pictures, but it's the same, actually, I got it crooked, it's the same shot of it, and it was just, I don't know, it was just really
I have to say, I'm looking at it, and I didn't pick up it was the same shot, really.
Yeah, it's the same shot.
And then, a term that I hadn't heard with painting or photography, but that's just me, polarity.
Yeah.
Just change the look, and you get a whole different look.
Yeah.
Get a whole different mood. And you did the mood according to the tempo of the piece.
Exactly.
This speed, a little bit slower, a little bit bluer, more somber, maybe. Or maybe it's just more peaceful and contemplative rather than somber. And then back up to another speed.
Right.
Well, that's fairly creative, Judy. Good for
So
you.
I felt like I could own it better, because I did the art on it too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and you did the art on it too. I'm still thinking about the one with the cowboy, because I know you said, okay, we took a picture of him, but you actually staged the whole thing.
Yeah.
And this one here, the green umbrella, did you have a model, or you simply went to a good reproduction, or?
I just basically took a pic. I just blew up a picture of on the internet, you know, like the Monet. I'm pretty sure it was. We didn't have internet back then, did we? No, we didn't.
No.
So I just got a picture of it,
Yeah.
and I blew it up and you know, did it from there.
Now, why the inspiration for that particular piece?
I just love I love impressionism, although I like realism too. So we're studying with Juan right now. I just wanted to try it. I just wanted to see. I wanted to experiment with color, but I also wanted to just try to do something impressionistic. Just to try it. And you know, I think, you know, as an artist, you're always trying to find yourself.
Right.
And I'm not sure if I have exactly yet. I just, when I see it, I go, that inspires me. I like that. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Okay. Now, there's a third piece?
Yes. Now, the one I just showed you, my brother-in-law loved it. And so he said, I like that Monet, all the colors. And he says, he said, can I buy it? And I'm like, oh, I don't think I can part with that. I said, well, I kind of want to keep it. And so I thought, you know what I'm going to do? His wife is my sister. That's my sister. She has wanted Brahma cows her whole life. And he went and bought her 3. Because if you have 3, it's a herd. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Because we've always had lots of horses. She did all of our AI. And she just, you know, I've always wanted Brahma cows, but we always had horses. So finally, her husband said, you know what, I'm going to get her some cows. And this is her first baby. So I thought, well, if I could make it like the Monet and do the color, you know, in the grass. But so instead of the lady with the umbrella, now I've got the lady with the cow, you know.
Right.
So basically, I just finished this Saturday, by the way. And so I'm going to probably call it first calf or first baby or something like that. So I haven't even signed it yet. I just took a picture of it, so you'd have it for today, but I need to go home and sign it.
Well, it's again, it's now that you said it, I'm looking at you know, her body and the purple. I guess that would be purple, and it's almost like the purple umbrella kind of over the calf's head, and I like that glint of her hand coming up there by the ear, because it's all dark. Well, it's light here, and where the arm is catching the sunlight, then it goes dark, and then boom, it starts to come out again in the light with the, and I swear that calf has an expression. Like, come on, quit with that. But that's, and I was tracking with the story, but you painted that for...
Actually, I'm painting. I know it's confusing. I painted it basically for her husband, although she's trying to own it, because I did show it to her already, so she kind of would know. And so, but I was really doing it for him because he loved it so much. And so basically, it's for both of them for different reasons. She loves it because it's her first baby,
right.
and he likes it because it's kind of got a lot of color in it.
So in two paintings, there are animals, one not.
Yeah.
Is that something you gravitate to, Judi?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Now I've done some just portraits in Juan's classes. So I just need to get them framed so I can hang them, you know, in the gallery. So I don't know. I love flowers. I like a lot of things. So I'm not sure. I do like animals. So Western art. So I might just. I just need to keep experimenting until I figure it out, right?
You do. Well, I think you're on the way. You're doing fabulous work.
Thank you.
And I liked all 3 of them, and the composition was good in all 3 of them. And obviously, I got a thing about shadow and the light, but that's what I'm told is what art, at least visual arts, that's what it's about, the contrast of the shadow and the light. So very good with that. Do you show much at the Conroe Art League?
I have one painting so far. I did one of my dad, and I did hang that a while back, and so I'm planning on hanging more. I kind of paint slow because I'm just doing it.
You got a lot.
You know,
going
basically
on.
you have to you have to find time to paint. You know,
Right. Yes,
time goes on though.
Yes, you do.
So.
Are there any other places that you show your art? Do you have a Facebook page?
I do have a Facebook page, but I haven't been putting my art on there.
Okay.
I know I probably need to start.
There's coming,
doing that.
maybe.
Yeah.
So there'll be something else to announce when the time comes.
Exactly.
Anything else, Judy, from your background or to what you're involved in now that you want to touch on?
There's one more thing that I do that's
Certainly.
kind of interesting is the city of Conroe does a multi-arts camp, and it's in the summer. It's the first 2 weeks in June, and we incorporate, it's at the Owen Theater, and we do, I direct that camp. We have the art, the drama, the music, and my music school does the music, and then we have a dance in it, and Rebecca Billings, she does
Yes.
the kids part of she's the art teacher there. She's from Cal.
Yeah,
And
she does our children's, maybe even, I don't know if there are teenagers in there, but yeah, so she does, I think she calls it homeschool, but anyway, yeah, so Rebecca has a huge class.
Right, and she does the art there, but she also at Kids Fest. She Lois did it 2 years for me, and now this will be the second year. Rebecca is doing a at the stage that we have. I like to do an interactive kids project, so she will be doing that again this year. So like last year she did a clay thing. We just make a big announcement in the village, and they all come and do it, and.
Nice.
So I think that there's one more thing she does. I know what it is. At the festival that we're about to have in March, we have a whole kids section, and so we have we're making a giant mural. It's like 8 foot by 5 foot or 4 foot, and she's the artist that's she's going to pre-do it, and we'll be doing that. And plus she'll be doing a kids project there. So we have some other stuff, but she's very popular. I love her.
So yes, she's a very popular teacher. So she'll design the mural, and she'll have the colors pre-selected, maybe, and so it'll be participatory. People will come in and grab a brush.
I'm trying to do that one more for the kids part, but yeah, she's gonna like put the colors on there so they can just pick the section they're gonna do. We're gonna section it out, and then they could draw whatever they want. They could draw on, if it's supposed to be orange, they could draw an orange house, whatever they want to in there, but it'll be in there.
Okay.
And then we have Vicki McMillan coming for the adults to do their own mural. So like I'm trying to have a kids mural and an adult mural.
And we know at the Art League Vicki McMillan Hayes because
she's part of the Art League too.
She is a member of the Art League, and she did even the international show. It was national at the time, but she's won first place in that in a category. And then she did a beautiful mural for the national show in 2021. And it's City of Conroe piece, and we've in fact donated that to the City of Conroe. I don't know that they've found a place to put it, but I think it's destined for City Hall somewhere, and a lot of people participate, adults, children, city officials. It was quite something.
Well, since just a quick little, I should have probably mentioned this earlier, but Juan is going to be doing a live artist painting there with some friends of we've got some different ones, and then also we've got Nancy. I think she just goes by Nancy Pruden. I'm not sure, but she's going to be doing Plain Air and another lady, Fran. They're going to be doing. We have some other stuff. Yeah, she's going to be doing it. And we have Carol Berger coming to do pottery. I mean, they're going to be like demoing, but we're going to let people do silent auctions to purchase some of those the art, so that they don't want to miss that probably, because you're probably going to get a good deal, do a silent auction.
So how do they keep track of this information as it gets closer to the summer? Where are they going to see it advertised, Judy?
Well, we're going to let you know, so you can put it on Cal, of course, because it's with the Conroe Arts Alliance, of course. So we're fine-tuning all the details right now, so I'll be getting them to you. So we're excited about it.
Very good, very good. To see Judy's art, as well as the art of the other members of the Conroe Art League, please visit us at the Best Little Art Gallery in historic downtown Conroe. We're located at 127 Simonton Street. We're open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So join us there, please, where we live our creed, create, appreciate, and learn.